Hey everyone, welcome back to 5 Day Crypto. Happy Monday. Happy Litecoin Day. If you didn't hear the Litecoin news, the fake partnership with Walmart, that's all fake. Don't buy into it. Verify your stories before you go investing in anything. All right. Today we're going to talk about Bitcoin. We're going to look at Bitcoin on many different charts. So if you like the video today, give us a thumbs up. Follow us on Twitter, Telegram, and Patreon if you want to learn a little bit more than what you see in my YouTube videos. Let's go ahead and get started. Bitcoin on the Gaussian channel, 5-day. If you follow us at all on this channel, on the Gaussian channel, these are key levels of support. The top, the middle, and the bottom lines of the Gaussian. They tend to work out best for buying when you're near the bottom of a channel or below it. You can go look at, you can use the Gaussian channel on any coin, any investment. It works quite well. So where are we now? Well, we've closed our second candle underneath our top line and back in the channel. The odds are, that's all you have in crypto is the odds. Nobody knows for certain what's going to happen with anything. But the odds are saying that we're likely going back to test the median line. Historically, Bitcoin has never come back in and closed two candles inside the channel again after coming up and not gone back and tested the median line. So this would be the first time ever it has done that. When you close two candles, you go back and at least test the median line. If you close another two candles, more than likely you're going to test the bottom. However, we didn't do it here. So maybe that is the anomaly, is we don't do it here too, right? Nothing's for certain in crypto but uncertainty. But the odds are that we are going to at least come back into this box. Why do I think that? Well, we're going to get to all that stuff. We have a lot of different charts to look at. But this median line is right shy of 40K, right? 39 to 66 roughly, right in this area, right? Just shy of 40K and the 39s, high 39s. So are we going to have a candle close in here or a wick come down? Well, who knows? Well, are we going to do it this week? Well, let's hope not. That would be a big red candle. Over the coming weeks, maybe historically last 4 Septembers have all been red. Maybe you know that. What are we gonna do? Do I think we're gonna come down and come all the way down to the bottom? I think the odds are no. I think we'll probably end up making a higher low and maybe find support either in this orange box or maybe they're about one and the same. Maybe we don't bottom out until the end of September. And you see this line, this median line, right? It's coming up. We're still coming up. So maybe we do this and kind of just continue to slow bleed down the stairs and then bounce back going into Q4. October's right here, right? So maybe we do something like that. Historically, October's been pretty good for Bitcoin. So maybe we do something like that, make a higher low, and then continue up the stairs and make a higher high, take that out, and then all our worries are left in the dust. Maybe. We will see. But Bitcoin on the next chart for the short term, for the next several weeks. This is the weekly momentum, your stochastic RSI. Historically, when we come back into this box, prices don't tend to do so well for the next week or two. So look where we are. We've just entered on the stochastic. This is our average. So if this week, if we continue this turmoil in the 40Ks, mid 40s, it's highly likely we're going to lose more momentum and highly likely that, we get our retest in these levels, right around 40K, something around there, give or take a few thousand. I think that's probably like the likely scenario for the next few weeks. All right, let's look at the next chart. Our Bitcoin bull market support band, which is simply the 20-week simple moving average in the red and the 21-week exponential moving average in the green. Right now, you want to hold that, right? Historically, when you make your big moves, you're holding support right there for weeks at a time. Look at this, right? Weeks at a time. You get above it, you come back down, you test it, right? And you hold it. That's what we want to do, right? Right now, we're pretty close, right? We're right on that 21 EMA. A good sign is that we've crossed here. You want your 21 EMA on top. Historically, that's when you get your big moves. Your 21 exponential will move faster than the 20-week simple. The exponential moving averages just weigh your more recent candles at a higher weight. That's why it moves a little bit faster. That's why I prefer them a little bit. The simple moving averages have their place in time, but exponential moving averages are more up to the beat per minute. So that's where we are now. We're holding this band so far, so good. Right now, the top line, the 21 EMA, is about 43.5. And the bottom line, you can see it going down. That will probably continue slightly going into next week. We could be around that, again, that 40K level-ish, plus or minus a K, right? 39K to 41K, I would look for maybe a bottoming around there. Now, going into the next chart, let's see what else we got. This is our 8-week simple moving average. Historically, again, going back, we had some trouble holding it before liftoff, right? But after we got our big move, look at the support. It was perfect. Going back all the way from when the last time we got above it, we never went back below it. Barely even with a wick. Look where we are now. We're battling this already. So maybe we are not in these moves like some people think, and we're not going to 100K by the end of the year, but maybe 100K, well into 2022. I still am a big believer that cycles are lengthening, and I do not think that we are going to peak in December. I think it will be much more into 2022, possibly even 2023. Okay, so if we're in this move and we're just now battling this, look how much longer we could potentially have. And saying that this cycle, look at this. So first candle, we broke the 8-week, right? We had until our peak 300 days, right? Over 10 months. 10 months. So if cycles are lengthening and we do something like that again, well, let's see. I would say at least 10 months, right? That puts us 300 days out next July, if the cycles were not lengthening, right? So it's probably going to be at least that if we're in this kind of move, right? If we're right here, something like this, which all signs are pointing to we're not getting ready for a parabolic move just yet. Now, could this end up being a wick and we are, and 6 days from now we're at 50K? Sure. But the odds are probably not. We're probably trying to make our initial move, right? Which is here. Very similar moves, right? Big dip down, battle up, kind of test it for a while. Big dip down, battle up, test it for a little while maybe, right? We could be here at these prices, 40 to 50K for a while. So these are weekly candles. There's 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 5 weeks before our next move. That would put us somewhere in towards the middle end of October before maybe a nice little move to the upside. And even then, we didn't get out of it, right? We came back to those prices again. So even if we come up to 55, 60K, there's nothing historically that says we don't have to come back and go back to 45, go back right back to these prices, okay? So just because we're moving to 55, 60K doesn't mean like we're out of the woods completely yet. I would anticipate until we have evidence that we're not repeating something similar or rhyming with this, then I would go with we're probably rhyming with this, right? So far it's a pretty good rhyme. Not repeat, but rhyme. All right. What else we got? For our golden cross, this is our golden cross. This is our 50-day simple moving average in the orange, and our purple is our 200-day simple moving average. This is when you get a death cross, when the 50 crosses under, right here, death cross. And golden cross, the opposite, is when we cross again. So we're very close right now. We could get it potentially today, tomorrow, barring that Bitcoin just falls off a cliff and goes, to 40K today or tomorrow. We're going to get a golden cross within the next few days. Now, historically, do golden crosses mean that prices explode to the upside? No, quite the opposite. And I'm glad you asked. Going back, golden cross right here. What did prices do? Fell. Golden cross right here. What did prices do? Fell. Next several days. Golden cross right here. What did prices do? Well, yeah, they went up, but look, right as the golden cross, the next several days, prices fell. We can keep going. Going back again, back to 2015. Golden cross again. What did prices do? Right after it, they fell again, red candle before going up. But golden cross doesn't mean like everything's sunshine and rainbows immediately when that happens. So just be prepared for that. You're probably going to hear a lot of people say golden cross across social media. If you're watching the news and all that stuff, it doesn't mean that prices go parabolic. It means you have the catalyst that you need to go parabolic. You want to have a golden cross and you want your price action above the 200-day. That's what you want, plain and simple. And that is when historically, anytime Bitcoin's made its big move, you've had both those check marks. That's your super bull market. Price action above your 200-day so far there, and golden cross. You have to have both of those to make a big move. We've always done it historically. That's what you want to look for. Now, this is that same box that we drew before. 40K, 42K, there's the tops. Look at the resistance, right? Look at the support. A lot of action happening within this orange box. If we break down outside of this, maybe briefly, we get a wick down and double bottom around this previous local low right here. If we lose 38K, we're in serious trouble. Let's not even cross that bridge until we get to it, but we do not want to lose this local low, I assure you. If we lose that, it's highly probable we're going back down to 30K-ish range. But until we close it with weekly candles, daily candles down in that area, we don't even need to cross the bridge. But I wanted to show you the golden cross. You're probably going to hear that in the next few days, that, we got a golden cross on Bitcoin. So everyone's going to think prices are going to skyrocket. Historically, now you know that that's not what happens. But I do believe that we're approaching the end of all of this foolishness, and I do think we will have a great Q4. It doesn't mean October 1 hits and Jay said Q4, it's Q4 now, we've got to go parabolic. No, I think the move is coming in Bitcoin where it starts to regain strength over the market. Bitcoin dominance now is close to double bottoming. We can go check it real quick. Bitcoin dominance is now at 41. Well, let's go look. Remove these averages. Ignore the averages. But look at these bottoms here. This is a little bonus content. I didn't have this planned, but there is your bottom for Bitcoin dominance. Look at this double bottom. We're right here right now. If we lose that, we have one more in mind. Let's put it on the weekly. Let me remove these averages because they're bothering me. They're annoying me like a little rat. I don't know what that means. But okay, so let's zoom in here and see where we got. So Bitcoin dominance, this simply means it's strength over the rest of the market and the altcoins. If we get a bounce here, like when we got our big drop in May, this is not the May drop. This is when altcoins are running. When Bitcoin dominance is low, it lets loose of its reins over the rest of the altcoin market. So when we get a bounce like this, either crypto is dropping faster than Bitcoin, right? Altcoins are dropping faster than Bitcoin. That's when we got this huge green candle here. And if you remember, when we got our May drop back in May, we got a 15% rise out of the Bitcoin dominance in 1 week. So right now we could be turning that around right now, right? So if we bounce here, then Bitcoin will likely take back over. Altcoins will struggle to run. As Bitcoin moves up in dominance around this 50 level is where I would expect a bigger move. If we start moving up, Bitcoin's where you're likely going to want to be in the market. Historically, this move right here, if you remember last September, October, when Bitcoin was at 1020K and went to all-time highs, that is just this move right here. If we get something similar, I would expect Bitcoin dominance to be over 50, and I would expect the run to 100K, Bitcoin will be up in these areas, if not higher, right? So we want to watch for this kind of move. Watch on daily, weekly candles for these starting to stack green. That would be the sign that Bitcoin's getting ready to make a bigger parabolic move to the upside. So that's what I'm watching. If we continue to break down here, if we close this week under this yellow line, this 40 level, then our final net of support would be right down here around this 37, which we bottomed out in towards the end of alt season and started our bear market here back in 2018. So that's what I am watching for on Bitcoin. Big picture, small picture, all that good stuff. So let's get to the crypto fear and greed index. We've got some more warning flags out. We're at 44. Okay, that's good. That's okay. What's the red flag is this, 32. Why does that matter? I'm glad you asked. We've been covering this for a long time. for weeks. We've been looking at this every day. 42. I said if we break 42, we could be in potential trouble because we're breaking market structure. We came down, we held a higher low, which is fine, right? 42 is fine. 42, 44, great. 32, not great over the weekend. 31 and 32. We just made a lower low. We broke market structure. This is a sign that we are potentially reversing trend, at least for the short term. And all of these things I'm talking about today are adding up to agree with each other that we could be going down to this area, right? 40K, 42K. I wouldn't doubt it. We're losing momentum, right? Bullish macro term. This rest of September, maybe not so much. I think we're in for a bumpy ride. I hope I'm wrong. I hope we bounce to 50, 60K by next week or today. That's fine too. But the charts, not Chase's opinion. The charts say that we're probably due to go back and test not only the bull market support band, which is around 41, 42K, right? Right here, right? The lower line is around 41K. Next week, it'll be right around that same level. They're all saying similar things. That's what you want to use to get a big picture on, your confidence for your trades, for your long-term approach. When you have several different charts, several different indicators saying similar things, that's when you can gain your confidence and be more confident. So hopefully that makes sense to someone. A lot of things are adding up to say we're going back down before we're up a little bit. Perfectly healthy as long as we remain market structure, make higher lows, we get a bounce. The odds are, in my opinion, that we're going to come around somewhere around this 39K to 41K ish and then get a bounce. And this will likely be, in my opinion, this part is my opinion. This is my opinion that this is the last time for a long time, possibly ever, that you'll be able to buy Bitcoin anywhere near 40K. When we get a bounce here and start making our move, I think that's it. I think Bitcoin will be on its way to all-time highs going into Q4. And I don't think we're going to top in Q4, right? I don't think we're going to top at 100. I don't think we're going to be at 100K by this time zone, right? That's a long way to go. Let's see how far we got to go from right now. Any guesses? 100K is 126% move out of Bitcoin in the next, how many days was that? What do we got left? 110 days. So we gotta do a 1% a day. We'll see if we can do it. But it's not impossible, sure. But odds, I don't know. What do you think? Bitcoin getting 100K by this year, or are we going to go well into 2022? Like I think we're going to top out somewhere between July 2022 and maybe spring of 2023. This is my prediction for the peak. And my peak prediction, if you're there this long, you deserve it. So it depends on when we peak. If we peak this year, I think we could probably top out. Let's draw it up here. I think we top out maybe 125 if we do it sometime in the next 3 to 6 months. You're right, somewhere around in here, if end of 2021. I don't know if we're going to get much above 100K. I would say like right here would be the peak. Look at this. I mean, people calling for 300K by the end of the year. Are you psychotic here? I mean, 300K. I mean, good God. 300K by the end of the year. This is nuts. I mean, what? Look at the chart and look at 300K. Okay. Here's 2022. How does that look probable to anybody? Okay. 100K is down here, right? That might be doable, right? You could probably argue against that looking a little bit more possible. Okay. So if we go into 2022, then I think we could probably be getting, 150 to 175-ish, something like that. Maybe we peak up in like right in here. And look at that move even, right? 160 is right here. That's still a hell of a move coming. Okay, if we drag it out more and say we peak, within another year to 18 months. So, right, this is a year, basically right in here. I think we could probably be approaching 200K, right? If we go into 2023, sure, I think we can get maybe 200, 250K. But I mean, look at this chart, people. Stop listening to people on social media and look at the damn chart. Snooze. Look at the possibilities. Yeah, if we're going to do that, look at this will dwarf this, which I think is coming, sure, but it's going to take time. Patience in crypto is a virtue. 300K or 100K or 200K by here seems far-fetched. So with time, the longer it takes to peak, the ceiling is raising. Logarithmic regression agrees with you. Mathematics agree that the longer it takes, the higher the price can go. If we peak this year, yeah, sure, it'd be fun to get to 100K by the end of the year. We'd all be happy, but that would likely be the end, and we'd be in a multi-year bear market. I don't think that's going to happen, for the record. I think we're going to peak somewhere between here, July-ish, next summer, 2022, to maybe even a summer after that, 2023. I think we're looking out in this area. For me, it's starting here to somewhere in there for a peak. And I think this is probably likely, actually, for a peak up in there. Look at it still. That still seems like a, damn, I did it. I drawed it. It won't get off. Look, I can't click off. I'm done. We have to end the video now. All right. Right in there, in that circle. I can't stop. Here's quote of the day. By Jordan Peterson. If you're not following him at all, I'd recommend, if you're trying to improve your life at all, he does a lot of good stuff on the psychological thought process of why your brain is thinking the things it is. So you're not obligated to associate with people who are making your life worse. It's great. Doesn't necessarily mean that you have to, kill all your friends, but stop hanging around with people that are not helping you get to the next level, right? This is huge. And not only that, but stop trying to help people that are dragging you down. Sometimes you go to help somebody and they'll pull you down instead of you pulling them up. If that makes sense. That's happened to me many times. So not everyone can be helped. Not everyone wants to be helped. You can lead a horse to water, you can't make him drink, right? Great quote. All right, what else we got? Crypto meme of the day. I remember this meme. I found this somehow. I remember this from 2018. This is from 2018. Bitcoin's at $3,000 and everyone is, you thought fear was bad now. You haven't seen nothing. When Bitcoin goes from 20K to 3K, there's a legit fear in your brain that says we could possibly be going to zero. When you're that far away, only 3K away, and you go from 20K all the way to 3K in just a few months, it gets frightening. So I found that, I was laughing that everyone gets, fear. We'll still get fear when we're at 200K in, years from now. And we'll go from 200K to back to 100K or 80K. Everyone will be the same thing. Hold the line. We're going to zero. It's over. Ponzi scheme. It'll never change. We had $1 million in 10 years and be the same thing. 1,003,000. All right. What else we got? Car of the day. Any guesses? Someone's got this. You got it. Lamborghini Sion. They may only made 63, hence the 63. They're all different. All 63 are different. All 63 are sold amazing. They're all different. Not one is the same. Here's the zoom in. They're part electric as well. Carbon fiber freaking rampant everywhere. Look at the taillights. They're just like floating in carbon, of course. Zoomed in version. And there's a bow. Christmas is coming. Anybody that's wondering what to get me. Lamborghini Sion. Pretty nice. Where is it? I got one the other day. There's the blue one. There's the engine. Still kept the Lambo engine in the back, but it's part electric. It's got an electric engine as well. Still looks pretty aggressive though. I like it. But 63, gonna be hard to get one. About 4 to 5 million now. If anybody's gonna sell, they're not gonna sell. So, all right, that's Bitcoin for the day. That's 24 minutes. That was a tough one. Hopefully you learned something. Hopefully something helped you. Let me know your favorite part. What did you learn the best? What is your favorite thing? I got to know what the people want to improve that. Less of the less and more of the more. Whatever you want the more of, I'll try to gravitate towards that. All right, I appreciate you watching this long. If you have 57 gold stars, watch those levels, and we'll be out of it in no time. Calm it down. No more Litecoin Walmart partnerships. All right.